it's another crossover. Ta-da! Now, hang on, before you just disregard it as just another crossover, let's take a closer look, because Toyota reckons it's cracked it with this one, claiming that it's a fresh take on the crossover segment. Now, of course, that could just be marketing guff, but in fairness to Toyota, it's got a concept car-like design, which in this segment is paramount, but more importantly, it's focused specifically on making the CHR good to drive, which is a bit of a sparse commodity in the crossover segment. And in true Toyota fashion, it's also available as a hybrid, and you can even get it in all-wheel drive. But today, we've got the front-wheel drive 1.2 litre petrol. So the usual suspects when it comes to crossover competitors are everything from the Nissan Qashqai to the Mazda CX-5, and in fact the CX-5 is the one to beat for drivability really, and one of the first things you'll notice when you're driving the CHR is just how cushy this suspension is. I mean, it rides like a much bigger car, it just breezes over bumps. But for those after entertainment behind the wheel, alarm bells will probably start going off. You'll probably start thinking, okay, so it's comfortable, but how well does it corner? Well, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. I mean, yes, there is a bit of body roll when you go around at speed, but not enough to put you off chucking it about a bit. I mean, it does stay planted in the corners surprisingly well. And that brings me on to the steering, because with its variable weight and good responsiveness, I think you'll want to chuck it about a bit more. I mean, it offers a good halfway house between ease of use and sportiness, but one of my favourite things about this car though is the 114 brake horsepower 1.2 litre turbo petrol, which has just got so much personality and punch, and it matches that small but lively persona of the car perfectly, and it's fairly economical as well. I mean, it emits 135 grams per kilometre of CO2, but on average you should get around 40 miles per gallon, which isn't too bad. But there are a few little issues with the CHR. First off, this CVT gearbox, which is okay, but the 6-speed manual on offer is just so much better. And visibility out the rear window is a bit, well, it's not great because of the thick C-pillars, and because of the angular design of the exterior, you do get quite a bit of wind whistle from this A-pillar and the wing mirrors at higher speeds. Similar to the exterior, Toyota have gone for a more radical design in the cabin as well, with lots of flowing lines that box everything in nicely. You also get this rather strange but attractive diamond design dotted around, which looks a bit like futuristic body armour. And the whole minimalistic approach by banging a lot of the features into this 8-inch touchscreen really works too, and thankfully they've left the proper aircon buttons as a feature too. It's not just all looks though, because every model is well equipped. It gets the likes of this touchscreen, you get DAB radio, you get Bluetooth, and you also get a reversing camera and this little TFT screen behind the steering wheel. I mean, you even get adaptive cruise control. Now, we've actually got something called the Premium Pack fitted, which builds on our mid-range XL model. And you get the likes of this JBL sound system, and you get these black leather seats as well. But as nice as these are, I don't think you really need them. I mean, it's a pretty nice interior anyway. It's well built, and yeah, there's plenty of soft touch materials around. In fact, Toyota actually reckons that the CHR will tempt those who are buying the BMW X1 and Mercedes GLA. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Now, sitting in the back of the CHR isn't what I'd call cramped, but it's hardly what I'd call spacious, and I think a big part of this is actually these small windows, which just make everything a bit dark, but space all around is actually quite good. I mean, you should have enough leg and headroom to keep most happy, and you should just about squeeze a third passenger in the middle. And I actually think little things like this, like these cup holders in the doors, are a nice touch as well. The boot is, again, it's not small, it's just not uber practical at 377 litres, which is good. It's just more family hatchback rather than SUV. And there's a few little niggles as well. The fact that you get quite a high loading lip here, and the fact that those seats don't fold completely flat because you get a hump in the middle. And I don't know if it's just me, but this boot, the actual boot lid just seems quite heavy for something that you operate manually. When it comes to pricing, Toyota won't shy away from the fact that the CHR is a chunk more than many of its key rivals, with prices starting from £21,000, which is at least £3 more expensive than anything it's going to be realistically competing with. And this mid-range model that we've got, with a few extras thrown in, costs £27,000. Pricey, isn't it? But Toyota will argue that the fact that you get loads of standard kit and a 5-year warranty does balance itself out. So what's the CHR like as a whole? Well, there's a danger of conforming in the crossover segment, but the CHR manages to avoid most generalisations with something that's clearly been well thought out. And no, it's not as athletic to drive as the Mazda CX-3, but it can slip into a comfortable character much easier, and for a lot of people that will be more endearing than something that's out and out sporty. But let us know what you think of the CHR in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the inquire button to find out more details about this car, or for any other models, visit carkeys.co.uk. And to watch more reviews, click one of the links on screen now.